On a site where a botanical garden used to call home, John D. Rockefeller created one of the most well-known landmarks in America, Rockefeller Plaza. Rockefeller was originally planned to help create a new plaza for the Met Opera, but in 1929, the Great Depression sunk its teeth into America. Due to the hefty $3.8 million rent, Rockefeller decided to push the project without the Met, uprooting 4,000 tenants but creating 75,000 jobs. NBC became the major tenant of the new complex, resulting in
Y'all can't guess where I am. Okay, I bet you can. I'm on Fifth Avenue because I'm going to Rockefeller Plaza. Fun fact, Rockefeller Plaza is actually on Fifth Ave because on 6th Avenue, when it was being built, there was a train and they were like, oh, that's not going to be cute. So they decided to put it on Fifth Avenue.
So the first thing I was greeted by was a slight crowd in this big, beautiful statue. The statue of Atlas was created by Lee Laurie and Renee Chambrin. Atlas is said to be half man, half god. He carries a giant globe, which was punishment after being defeated by other gods. The statue, since its installment, has become iconic and has even been put on postage stamps.
Then I moseyed my way down to the promenade or the Channel Gardens, which are decorated to seasons. So right now, all the fountains are beautifully decorated with the gorgeous angels. And then the two buildings that kind of pancake it in hold luxury stores, but these buildings are significant.
The buildings are known as the British Empire and the La Mansion of France. These buildings were rented out to foreign tenants when Americans were reluctant to rent out the spaces. So each building has a design that represents the country. For France, they have France and NYC holding hands, as well as figures that represent poetry and beauty. And for British, they have 9 figures holding items or representing items that were sold in the British Empire. And I actually noticed there was this theme of gold art throughout the Rockefeller Center. Oh my God, then there it was, y'all, the big beefy Christmas tree that I literally cried out when I saw. It's so gorgeous. So the tradition of the Christmas tree actually started before Rockefeller Plaza opened in 1931, when the construction workers at the time banded together to get a 20-foot tree and they decorated it with handmade garland. Then in 1936, 2 trees were put up to signify the opening of a skating rink. That skating rink is the iconic Rockefeller Plaza skating rink that we know today. In order to draw more of a crowd to the lower level of the plaza, a temporary ice rink was put in, after allegedly being inspired by a salesman practicing his skates on the frozen fountain. Admission was 99 cents, and to rent skates, it was 49 cents. It was so popular that they made it a permanent installation, and now it brings families together every single year. Looming over the ice rink is the beautiful statue of Prometheus. Made in 1934 by Paul Manship, sets to invoke a theme of new frontiers and a march for civilization. Due to its beautiful gold paint, it doesn't get overshadowed by everything else going on around it. It stands out. So then I made my way downstairs to the elevator, and I realized the purpose of Rockefeller Plaza was to revitalize Manhattan, and it really is a revitalized space in the city. Like, there's something always going on here. I went downstairs to make my way to 30 Rock, and I noticed that there's still the gold throughout the lower level architecture on the floor and on the walls, and it's so pretty. It wasn't as busy downstairs as it normally is when I'm here, but yeah, so I made my way all the way up to the 30 Rock lobby. So then in the lobby, you actually can see one of the most iconic photos, lunch atop a skyscraper, which depicts 11 construction workers on a beam eating their lunch. The candid nature of the photo, though it is staged for publicity, is meant to symbolize resilience. The mural in this lobby was called Man at the Crossroads by Diego Rivera, but it got painted over with this mural of American Progress. American Progress was created by Jose Maria Vert and depicts America being developed over 3 centuries. 30 Rock is home to SNL, Kelly Clarkson, Jimmy Fallon, all of the stars that you know and love on NBC. After being in the lobby, I made my way over to Rockefeller 10. It was pretty dead, but there were fittings for the Today Show happening right there, so I thought that was so freaking cool. And then I went upstairs and I was greeted by this most beautiful mural. So the mural is called The History of Transportation, and it's there because the main tenant of Rockefeller 10 used to be Eastern Airlines. The gold, which we see throughout the property, represents land and sea travel, whereas the silver represents air travel. Then I walked out the doors and I went home. Thanks for listening.